is our special thing that's going to make it this game of the year, God of War 2. I would have to say that we're not treating it like a sequel. You know, the main thing is we are not saying, hey, we're going to do this next one and it's just going to be the next logical step. We really are treating it like a continuation of the adventure, as if God of War 1 had been twice as long, 3 times as long, so that you're really feeling like, wow, this is the second act kind of thing. We're really getting into the story. We're really getting into the meat of the character and finding out some of the things that you can experience. So beyond the idea of adding weapons and navigation within the magics and stuff like that, we're really carrying it with the development of the character so that he really expands beyond where he was in the first game.
I think if you're looking for a list of bullet points to say, oh, here's what God of War 2 is, I think that's sort of, I mean, yes, we'll have those. We'll have the Pegasus, we'll have this, that, and the other. But the reality of it is that, yeah, it's like God of War 1 was always about special cases and puzzles and combat scenarios that help propel the story forward. I mean, we've always looked at God of War, the whole franchise, as a story-based game, and so we're simply continuing to tell the story that wasn't complete with the first God of War. We don't really look at it like, sequel, here's your list of sequel features. It really is more of a continuation. Right. We put the 2 in the title because there was a sense of we don't want people to think it's an expansion pack. Right. We want it to be very clear. In fact, we asked marketing, we wanted to have no number. We wanted to just call it God of War. And then obviously that would lead to a lot of confusion. How do you market that? How do you explain that? But in essence, that's how we think of it. This is just simply more of the story that we were already in the middle of telling. And if we could, and I don't know, one day maybe if we're so fortunate to make, a series of these to complete the whole story, ideally it would just be called God of War. It's not really God of War 2 to us. It's just simply the second act, basically.
We really kind of wanted to give that experience where the player initially gets to sort of taste what it's like to be elevated to such a high level, but is quickly kind of cut down to size and really kind of throughout the progression of the story and the introduction of how the character is sort of moving through the beginning of the story, you sort of experience firsthand the sort of double-sided nature of the gods, the sort of two-faced nature, their kind of petty ways that they deal with people. So we're really allowing the character development to happen in the gameplay. So it's not just, hey man, we're going to show a movie, look at all this stuff that's happening. We're really kind of like, the player is going to make all these deliberate decisions within the gameplay that kind of twist and turn their path that they're going to end up on. I would say that there is the expansion as far as puzzles are concerned in the second game. One of the big things is I'm bringing, like we did in the first game, more of the human element into the puzzle. So there are the elements of the puzzles that are like, wow, this is cool, this is an environmental thing, I'm manipulating the environment, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do by observing reactions from things happening in the environment, but also really bring in that story-driven puzzle. That idea that the puzzle is also defining the character and telling you a little bit more about him and kind of helping shape not only your impression of him, but like his sort of progress throughout the story. We've got a lot of cool ideas that we couldn't go with in the last game, so it's like, wow, this is a free time to really explore some of those things that really define the brutal nature of this guy. They really say like, wow, this guy's pretty messed up.